friends, welcome back to the Bliss feed. In last week's video, I mentioned that I am a minimalist in many ways, but certainly not when it comes to my closet. So today we're gonna fix that. I actually did have my closet down to a pretty good size at some point long ago, but I think my main problem, or there's two main problems. The first is that I feel like I have yet to find my personal style and I just can't commit to any one style. And the second is that I really like to go thrifting and everything there is so freaking cheap and it makes me feel so adventurous and I just end up making really bad decisions. So it's gone a little out of hand. There's a lot in here that I just do not wear, and every time I see it I feel bad for not wearing it. Physical clutter really translates into mental clutter, and so for the sake of the cleanliness of my room, but also for the sake of my sanity, today I'm going to be tackling this problem. Our mission today: Step 1, attempting the impossible task of defining my personal style. Step 2, taking everything out of my closet and quickly sorting it into keep, don't keep, or maybe. Step 3, trying things on and reevaluating my decisions. And finally, Step 4, reorganizing everything. I wish I could say that I have one personal style, but I just don't really feel loyal enough to any of the aesthetics that I like. But I do want to start this process by collecting some images that represent what I would want my style to look like, because I think the problem with thrifting is that I go into it knowing what I'm looking for, but then as soon as I get there, I'm just completely overwhelmed by all of the boxes full of stuff that my idea of what I actually like just goes right out the window. So I took some time to search out some fashion inspiration. I looked through my saved posts on Instagram, my Pinterest board for fashion, YouTube channels like To the Nines and Steal the Spotlight. Then I took all of that and I used Photoshop to make mood boards, and I literally printed them out so that I could tape them up to my closet and see them and reference them as I was going through this process. It's interesting to analyze this almost like a scientist, because I was like, what patterns do we see here? I definitely saved lots and lots of loose, oversized clothes. I love loose clothing so much. I just feel the most comfortable and confident and like elegant in loose clothing. Comfort is really, really important to me, and if in any way throughout the day I just feel like constricted or like I have to keep adjusting my clothing, it just really ruins my day. So yeah, a lot of loose clothing. I also noticed a lot of plaid, but also some other simple patterns like cheetah print, stripes, and whatever you would call this pattern. In terms of colors, lots of neutral browns, blues, grays, black and white, with a few colors thrown in there, but they're still all pretty muted, nothing too bright. So with all that in mind, it was time to begin sorting this mess. So for the first step, I basically just took everything out of my closet and started throwing it into one of 3 piles. Definitely keep, definitely don't keep, or maybe. For example, I wear these jeans like every other day, so they're a definite yes, but then these striped pants, for example, I thrifted these, so I couldn't try them on before buying to know that they would literally crush my organs when I put them on. I was really trying to tune into my inner Marie Kondo intuition here and ask myself if anything sparked joy. I just kind of wanted to take the logic out of this part of the process and simply focus on how the clothing made me feel. Oh, hello there. I was just taking a little break amongst my piles of clothing. So as you can see, I now have 3 big piles of clothing. I think it got easier to put stuff in the definite no pile over there as I went along, because I just got excited about the whole process and about the idea of reducing my closet. Still a difficult thing to do though. For example, I have this shirt. It is cute. My mom got it for my birthday. I like the doodle. I like the trendiness of the Leica camera. I've never tried a Leica camera. I don't have enough money for that. And I'm a huge fan of puns, but I don't think I need to explain how this is kind of problematic. I think I'm just gonna keep it and not wear it out in public, just wear it at home, which feels like a waste. For phase 2, I knew if I let myself think for too long, I would start getting sentimental and making excuses. So I literally set a timer for myself, and I couldn't spend more than 20 seconds trying on and deliberating each item in the maybe pile. After that, I had to just pick a pile, and honestly, if I was so unsure about it, if I was trying to make up reasons to keep it, then it probably meant that it belonged in the don't keep pile. From the front, it's a very modest turtleneck. But yeah, this is a no. Okay, everything is now in 2 piles. This is pile don't keep. This is pile do keep. They're kind of different shapes, which makes it hard to tell which one is bigger, but I feel like they're kind of half and half, which was my original goal. I actually also remembered I have a few clothes downstairs. It never ends, so I'm gonna go and get those. We're gonna sort them. We're gonna look at my sock drawer, and then we're gonna look at shoes, and then we'll be done. Okay, now we're gonna take care of these last 2 little miscellaneous categories. First up, instead of a sock drawer, I have a sock box. Sock box. I really only ever use the top layer of this. I don't even know what's on the bottom. When I was packing for Europe, I packed like all of my good socks, all of my good bras, all of my good underwear, and there was so much still left. So I was like, what is the rest of this? These are compression socks from when I had plantar fasciitis. That was a fun time. After I sorted it all, I wanted to try and make like a divider to make things easier to find, but then I gave up on that because spatial reasoning is not my forte. So right away, I knew 2 absolute must-keeps were my white sneakers and my black sneakers. These are just shoes that I wear pretty much every day, and then these I wear whenever I have to walk longer distances or do any sort of exercise because they're super rigid and so they keep my ankles stable. I own 2 pairs of heels, and both of them I bought for prom because I never wear heels otherwise. Prom is fun, but it is really annoying in the clothing sense, so I'm gonna keep the black ones because they're so simple, but the glitter ones are gonna have to go. These I bought on Poshmark. You've probably seen something similar to this, like you know, the Gucci loafers, but not Gucci because I have a budget. So that's kind of the look I was going for, but obviously that was not in the price range, and these don't really fit that. Even when I bought them, I felt like I was settling, like I wasn't too thrilled about them, so I don't even know why I bought them. These sandals I've actually had for a really long time. They look all smushed now, but when you put them on, they're like this. I literally don't know where the other shoe is. These heels are very simple, minimal. We like minimal around here. So yeah, I'm gonna keep these. I don't really see myself wearing flats in any situation anymore, so there's like a huge wad of gum on one. Yeah, so all the flats are just bye-bye. These start to hurt my feet so quickly. These were really nice to wear around school in the winter, but I can't really imagine actually walking around in the snow in these, and they're too warm to wear not in the winter. So yeah.
Sorry to this man.
These are the shoes I wore all the time before I got these shoes. Basically, I dumped this shoe for this shoe. I think I'll keep them. They're like high quality, structurally sturdy shoes, and I'm a big fan of white sneakers, so 1, 2, 6 shoes, not bad. And then I'm getting rid of 7. Nice. Please enjoy this montage of all, or almost all, of the clothing that I decided to keep. Most of what I ended up keeping did fall towards that end of the color spectrum with the blues and the browns and the grays and whites. I did keep a few colorful items just for fun, like my rainbow sweater. I love wearing that, and then my signature thrifted Christmas sweater, or my magical sparkly prom dress. Some of these are just for practicality, like a bunch of t-shirts, workout clothes, a raincoat. In terms of pants and shorts, it's definitely a lot of denim, some plaid stuff. A lot of this was stuff that I was already wearing all the time, so obviously it made sense for me to keep it. But some of these items I didn't really appreciate until I actually tried them on while doing the decluttering, and I realized how versatile they were and how well they fit me. So I feel like this process just made me appreciate my closet more. And now let's have a moment for all the clothes that were lost today. Okay, this will take way too long, but basically the stuff I got rid of was too colorful, didn't fit quite right, didn't match with much else in my closet, or I just plain didn't feel excited about them, and I want to feel excited about putting together outfits from what's in my closet. Anytime I do any sort of decluttering project, it takes at least 2 days, which means I have to spend at least 1 night sleeping in this mess. This is very difficult for me. My room is never messy more than a few hours at a time, so I have to breathe and get through this and know that it'll be back to normal soon. Luckily though, today's the fun part when I get to put everything back in my closet and get rid of that pile. We're gonna say goodbye to all that stuff and we'll be done. So when I did my room decluttering, I did clean out the top part of the closet. It was just the closet part of it that was a mess. So while my closet was pretty much empty, I also took the opportunity to just clean up whatever was on the closet floor. I also found some old pen pal letters, which I completely forgot I even had. So I have this shelving unit inside there, and I just keep old product packaging and gift wrap and random junk like that. I put all my shoes in my closet. Honestly, they'll probably all end up downstairs at some point. And then I started putting everything back by figuring out how I wanted to organize my shelves. So I tried to do like little categories for each spot. With the rest of my clothing, I have always organized my closet in rainbow order, so I just did the same thing. I keep my sheets on that bottom shelf next to the shoes. There's my sock drawer that I cleaned up. I like to hang up my little scarf things and sunglasses up top. I did some tidying up because obviously my room was a disaster at this point and I had a bunch of clothes hangers I didn't need anymore. Finally, I organized all the clothes into bags, packed them up in the car, and took a little field trip to go and donate them. I am so excited about this. I'm just more excited to wear my clothes now that the clothes that I didn't actually really enjoy wearing aren't in the way. This whole process took me like 6-ish hours, but you also have to keep in mind that I was filming. If I wasn't filming, I probably could have done this in like 2 hours. So it's definitely much less intense than the entire room decluttering that I did, but still very satisfying. So if you haven't seen that video yet and you want to see more satisfying time lapses of me cleaning, then you might want to check out that video. I've also included some links to thrifting tips in the description. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching this, and go clean your own closet now. Bye!